Alright, welcome to today's MobiFlight release review video. My name is Sebastian. I'm the creator of the MobiFlight open source platform, which allows you to build your own home cockpit by using Arduino hardware. And I'm super excited about version 8 that I released 2 days ago. It was a huge update for me, originally planned for Christmas, then I had to push it out to New Year, and then finally I got it out of the door on February 5th. And there's a lot of improvements, some new features, and also bug fixes. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at this together. Okay, cool. So here we are, the MobiFlight project website. Let's head over to the download page. Here you will always find the most recent officially stable release of MobiFlight connector, and you can download it here for free if you have not installed it yet. Otherwise, if you are already a MobiFlight user, just the next time you start MobiFlight, you will receive a notification about this new release. Please go ahead and update. It's so much better, so much stable, and yeah, just do it. Go ahead. And below this download section, you will always find the release notes for every single release that I do. And so we will take a closer look at this one here, release 8.0, new features, a couple, then the improvements, and I will probably go over some of those bug fix in less detail because not everything is like so super exciting for you guys. But anyway, let's start with the new features first. The first feature, 282, make avionics work in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 that are not responding to the legacy SimConnect events. Well, that's probably the most exciting update. Really, it's so cool that with MobiFlight, now you're able to natively send events to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and also be able to trigger all the cool new avionics, the general aviation stuff. Yeah, we have predefined events, and I won't get into too much detail right here because I'm planning to release a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 integration video really soon, maybe tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, there I will explain in detail how all these things work. You might have seen in the beta that I already released a couple of weeks ago, where I also did a release video, that the general aviation and G1000, G3000 suites and so they were all already kind of supported, but things for the airliners were still missing. So this is now more complete, I would like to say, by supporting, for example, the A320 fly-by-wire mod. And let me quickly pull this up so that you can see it. There is a spreadsheet that we maintain as a community where we are adding constantly new events that we're finding out by looking for them in the sim. And all these events, they will eventually also be part of an update of a release of MobiFlight. But if in the meantime you're missing an event, MobiFlight is now so flexible that you can actually add them on the fly, pun intended. You can add them to a text file, and that's great flexibility. But really, I also love the effort by the community that we together are putting this list of events together in the spreadsheet. And as I can say, as I already said, they will be then also released step by step, or you can just copy them from here. So that's pretty cool. The other cool feature that I really also love is that I finally bundled the RVAVR with MobiFlight for uploading the firmware. So the users that already use MobiFlight, they will know that MobiFlight used to ask for a path to your Arduino IDE so that it could use this installation locally on your computer to upload the specific MobiFlight firmware. And the tool that I'm actually looking for, that I'm using out of this Arduino IDE, is now bundled together with MobiFlight, which kind of is really cool because you don't have to worry about Arduino IDE. It's so much more user-friendly now. Someone who starts out for the first time, you just plug in your module, your Arduino module, and everything will automatically work from the get-go. So that's awesome. I'm really happy about this, and I will also promise here in this video that I'm going to create an updated MobiFlight getting started video, since 8.0 really looks and feels differently than what you can typically see in the videos that are out there. Okay, so with this we're getting to the improvement section, and there one small improvement is that you can see the version number of your current MobiFlight program or application here in the title bar, and that is super helpful for the community. So the MobiFlight community is super friendly, and everyone is helping each other and supporting each other, and that's so cool. So sometimes, or most of the time, if someone has a problem, they would also submit a screenshot of what they're doing. And now for someone who takes a look at that screenshot will immediately see what version it is. And maybe it's not the most recent version. So maybe already in the meantime, this particular issue that they're experiencing got already fixed. So then now it's really, really easy to point these things out. I love this feature, which was a recommendation by Stefan, actually. So cheers to Stefan. Allow to resize the settings dialog window. Here in the settings, specifically when you go to MobiFlight modules, you would want to be able to kind of adjust this so that if this list grows larger, then you can kind of make it, you can adapt it as you wish. That's a little improvement. That's really, really useful. And I will also add these to the config wizards soon, because apparently they cannot be resized at this time. But yeah, I'm gonna add this for sure too. So we started with the settings dialog, which was also something that the community had requested. All right, so the next one is 274, which is show a visual cue if a config has an error on transform. This means you have now a visual information here whenever something is wrong in your transform field. So let's say, for example, we put an exclamation mark in there, which doesn't make any sense for the calculation whatsoever, but if we go to, again, settings, offline mode, and then we will run this, then you will see that similar to when the precondition is not fulfilled, you can see that there's a little exclamation mark, indicates, oh, there's something wrong with this line. It's a transform error when you hover with the mouse over it, and then you can go and take a look at it and fix it, and then as soon as you have fixed it, it's going to go away. Cool. All right, so what's the next one? The next one is module name was not saved. Module name is not saved or loaded, restored when loading and saving Arduino configuration files. So as you know, if you go to settings, you take a look at your modules and you do your configuration here, you can always go and save it. For example, with, like under file. I'm going to replace this. Now I decided, hey, I want to rename this. Once I upload this configuration, this module will have this new name, and it's also going to show everywhere. I mean, I have to, let me see, I closed the settings dialog, and then I'm going to go back just to show you that this name is really not the name of the module. The next time that you restore your module configuration from last time, like the backup, it will now also restore the name. That's new, and that's a cool feature in my opinion, because actually it really does make sense that you want to keep the module name too. It also makes it easier to share your configuration with someone else, and it will be really working on their end too. That's cool. What's this one? Show additional values and allow to resize and sort all columns in the grid views. I find that's really cool. It was time to improve this. Let me just like turn off logging because it's taking away some of the screen. First of all, we have new information. We have the module name without the serial number. I found that was really cluttering the information here. Then you will see what kind of output you're actually using, like in terms of what device you're using, which is super helpful. And then you also have the kind of display type it is. When it says pin, it means LEDs because you're just using this one pin on or off. Display module are the 7-segment modules, and we got the steppers and the servos and such things. The cool thing also is that you can order or you can sort any of these columns, which allow you to kind of achieve a form of grouping. So you can say, show me all the ones that are on the same module. Show me all the ones that are using the same output. Show me all the ones that are using the same type. And that also works on the inputs. And you can also now go and kind of adjust the column sizes like to your own, as you like during debugging or configuration. I have to admit though that at the moment the configuration is not saved anywhere. So the next time you start MobiFlight, unfortunately, will be just the way it was before. Okay, then the next 3 items, 272, 265, and 280, they're all revolve around the same idea of supporting new Arduino boards. So oftentimes that when a new variant is released to the market, they might use a little bit different component. They have a different vendor ID and product ID. And then that is something, if MobiFlight does not detect the Arduino board automatically, it looks specifically for vendor IDs and product IDs that it knows, and will then treat them as a MobiFlight board or an Arduino board. So these 3 just help to support more boards that are currently available on the market. And the last one on the improvements is this save as in file menu. So that means I have to accidentally exit it here. Let me just take care. So here, save as, it really makes clear that you can choose the desired file name, whereas whenever you do make a change somewhere here, and then the save button becomes active, this will simply overwrite the last file that I used. Good. All right, so we're done with the improvements. I hope everyone is excited, and let's take a look at the bug fixes. So this bug fix is about Windows Defender, who used to show false positive when downloading MobiFlight package. And Windows Defender is a antivirus tool which is shipped with Windows 10, and a lot of people out there would be using it. So it was really important for me to make sure that Windows Defender is not complaining about MobiFlight, because I can tell you that MobiFlight really does not contain a virus. At least, I mean, I try all the possible things that I can do on my end to make sure that before I release that there's a virus scan, and I also have locally an antivirus program running in the background all the time. But the problem is simply because I packaged this zip file with all the files from MobiFlight into a self-extractable package, and this looks suspicious. So the antivirus software is not complaining about a virus. It just says it's a suspicious piece of software. Yeah, I was able to resolve this for Windows Defender, but now in the meantime, I also heard that F-Secure, Kaspersky, they're also complaining about this. So I will have to continue looking into this because I really want to make you feel safe and comfortable. In the meantime, what you can do if you're affected, so first of all, let me know on the forum and also on Discord. And you can always download MobiFlight and then make an exception, download to a temporary folder somewhere, and then do the virus scan again. And I'm pretty sure that when you explicitly scan for virus, nothing is going to be found. It's simply like it's triggering some kind of a heuristic when you have it, when you're downloading it from the internet. So I'm really sorry, I'm trying hard to get around this. Hopefully we get it resolved. So yeah, there's this. Then there was an exception sometimes during startup for some of the users, that is 264. I hope I got that resolved. 275 is something really minor with the build warning that I also got rid of, or I actually did a lot of rework of the code and improved a lot of different areas too. 281, this is a MobiFlight help open. Help in web does not link to the correct page. So this means if you go here in the help menu, it should take you to the online website, to the documentation area. And unfortunately it didn't. It was an outdated link still there in the software, which someone from the community pointed me out about this. There was a missing localization in German that got added. Then the brightness option was displayed for MobiFlight boards, even though that it cannot regulate the brightness for individual pins yet. I hope there will be a feature of this kind in the future sometime. Then 271 Helimac, Carl, he's a crazy guy building his own Boeing 737 cockpit, famous, has his own YouTube channel, and it's really fair to say that he has probably the most complex MobiFlight installation running, so he's the benchmark for me. If it runs on his setup, then if a new version of MobiFlight runs on his setup, then I'm pretty comfortable that it's going to run anywhere else too. He reported something that the config reference were getting lost during the startup, which we found the reason for. RCase modules are not correctly initialized, so this is something that is only particularly important for the ones that are using RCase modules, not Arduino modules. This is some legacy support that I still maintain in the software. And then 267 is like 267 was also something that's not really worth talk about. And 263, I tried to make sure that all these things, the indicators down here about offline mode and the SimConnect status and the FSU IPC or the flight simulator status is going to be displayed correctly. So this should work now. And I'm really happy about this. Okay, so with this, we're concluding this video, release version 8.0. I'm super excited still that I finally got it out of the door. And I really want to say thanks for watching, and also a big thank you to the community. You are awesome. I really like MobiFlight would not be MobiFlight without you in the background who's supporting each other and helping each other. And I'm really, really proud of all you guys out there. Love to see you on the Discord, love to see all the project information that is exchanged there, the help also on the forums. It's just incredible. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can get also net notification. Make sure you turn the bell on. Every time that I upload a video, you will get a notification. And then of course you can always download MobiFlight for free if you haven't done so yet. And okay, so with this being said, enjoy your home cockpit and your MobiFlight installation, and I hope to see you soon on the community. Have a great day. Bye bye. Happy landings.